Is it true that a top 1% man, a millionaire man, will leave when you speak up, when you're too difficult, when you don't make the time with him fun and amazing and enjoyable on purpose just because you never speak up? Let's talk about this here today. Many women don't stay silent because they're weak. Of course, you have your own opinion. Of course, you wanna say what is on your mind. Many women, yes, even brilliant, high achieving, smart, successful women, stay silent because they're afraid they're gonna be too much. They're afraid that when they speak up, the man will not have a good time and then he will leave. And especially in the field of top 1%, millionaire men, successful men, there's like this deep cliche that they want someone who's just always smiling, never saying anything, sitting like a doll in the corner. Nah, we're not doing that. First of all, who would do that to himself or herself? It's not pleasant. Do you want to live a life like that where you can't speak up, where you're invisible, where you lose yourself, where your needs and desires don't matter? I think you don't, and I didn't want to, and all of my clients don't want that either. And secondly, it doesn't work anyways. Top 1% men, if you don't speak up, if you always try to be happy, they might see you as entertainment, but then they're gonna see you as a football game or a nice movie that, yeah, it was entertaining, it was fun. But the deep connection, the deep devotion, the deep respect comes from two people connecting authentically, two people sharing their needs and desires and seeing are we capable of that? Are we compatible? Yes, great. Not, that also happens. But my point is kind of that this behavior won't work anyways. A healthy masculine man wants to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. He wants you as his partner. He wants to make you happy. While I get that behavior of not speaking up, I was there too. Years of silence. Years. Unfortunately, because this is how I grew up. If you want to respect someone, you don't speak up. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be too much. I was there too. But again, first of all, it doesn't work. And secondly, there is just so much resentment and anger that has built up inside me. And resentment and anger is a slow poison of any relationship. That belief that you have to stay silent in order for a top 1% successful man to like you, to choose you, beside resentment, it also creates emotional distance. As we just discussed, you can't really connect to someone that isn't honest, isn't emotionally there, isn't available, and you become emotionally unavailable by not speaking up. And if you're not there, your feelings, your desires, they are not there, or you're faking them, there's no true, deep, honest connection. And healthy men, believe it or not, look for connection, not for entertainment. The other problem when we don't speak up is that you delay important conversations. Conversations of compatibility when you're dating, or maybe you're already in a relationship and then there are difficult decisions to be made. If people don't speak up or are not honest, life gets really, really hard. When two people come together, important conversations have to be made. And yeah, without speaking up, nothing is moving forward. And I think my personal biggest regret was not even the resentment, I kind of got over it. It was the lost time. The time living in fear, and the time before I had a loving, committed relationship where I could just be myself, be honest. And I think that was my biggest regret, living from this state. And a lot of the times we do it because it's just something that we do, right? It's in our subconscious. Sometimes we just do it so naturally, just like breathing. It's just so natural. You don't think about it. It's just there. And for whatever reason this belief is in your head and you just do it, you don't think about it. When you don't think about it and it feels so natural, you also don't stop the behavior, and then you also don't have the results, and that's kind of the problem. And that's why it's so important to have a coach who can look from outside and who also knows the path, who knows tools that don't only tell your brain what to do right or wrong, because I think at this point you know it, especially after this video you will know what to do, but also a coach that can help you go inside your body, inside your subconscious, inside deep beliefs, so that the new kind of behavior of being yourself, of being confident, of believing you get to have a top 1% man and you get to be loved and chosen, just feels natural and easy, like breathing. You then no longer have to think about it. And guess what? This is the point of attraction. And I am exactly the coach who has over 6 years experience helping you attract a top 1% amazing, loving man. I've trauma informed. I've been working a lot with subconscious conditioning, healing. If you think I'm your cup of tea too, make sure to reach out for a free love audit call. Also, if you are looking to learn more how to attract your top 1% men, how to be chosen, how to become the one, make sure to check out my free masterclass. I'll put the link in the description box. Especially this free masterclass is for single women wanting to attract their forever after dream man who chooses them. These are the two gifts for you. Let's go back to the topic of not speaking up. As you already see, it just doesn't work out. Unfortunately, that's the paradox. We think it will work out, but then it doesn't. Actually, you might lose your relationship not because you didn't speak up, but not because you spoke up, but because you didn't. And sometimes the way you speak up is also very important. Actually, a lot of the times. Because when we speak in a demanding, nagging, resentful way, or even like masculine, bossy way, that is such a turn off for a lot of masculine top 1% men. And I've got a course for you that's called How to Talk to a Millionaire. You'll learn all the tools in there, how to talk so that your man can hear you. Again, it's not about performing something, you get to tell your truth, but you know how it is. Humans react to communication a certain way and you just want the best outcome. Make sure to get that support and education so that when you speak up, you're full and prepared, you're emotionally prepared, you're prepared with scripts. I'll also put that in the description box, but you can also always find all my courses in my course overview link. Let's talk about where you will be very, very, very soon, because this is something that I also didn't really have an example of in a picture. Imagine you can just be yourself and you can speak up anything that you want, whatever you need, whatever you desire, whatever you think, in a way that doesn't upset your man. It doesn't matter if you're dating in a relationship or you're engaged, but you can just speak up and your man isn't upset. Not because you were hiding your feelings, not because you were not sharing what was bothering you, but because you know how to talk to him, you know how to communicate, you are grounded within your self-worth, and I deserve to speak up, and actually this is the right path to a healthy relationship, and this is even the next step for him to choose me, not only until engagement, but every single day in his life. A healthy man, needs that just as much, to know what exactly does my queen want, because he wants to love you, he wants to make you happy, right? Speaking up and communication is just so important. All of the tips and tricks and embodiment practices combined are actually in my How to Talk to a Millionaire course. And a lot of the times my clients even told me that this course helped them recognize which man is a healthy communicator And when they are married, this could help them also give their man a few tips on how to communicate so that the communication in the relationship is good and smooth. Again, speaking up doesn't make the right man leave, especially not top 1% men. Successful men, there's a reason why they're successful. It's not because they avoid life. They don't. They tackle it. They take on challenges. And you know that better than anyone else. You're a successful woman. You don't avoid things. You face it on. You make things work. You make deals with employers, with employees, with clients, with organizations. You speak about things. You make deals. You compromise. While in career, it's more a logical speaking. In relationships, we have a lot of feelings, emotions, needs, desires. It is a little bit different, but that behavior is going to be rewarded with the right manner. And also in my course, How to Talk to a Millionaire, you also learn how to recognize a man that just cannot meet you. So that's so important as well, to see, you know what, I did it right. I spoke up really right with the right energy and script, and he is the problem, because that happens too in both sides actually, right? But you will clearly see, oh, he is actually the problem, and then you can decide. It also depends on your commitment stage, if you just move on when you're dating, or if you are in a committed relationship, engaged or married, that you say, you know what, maybe I can give him a little bit of info and then he can meet me where I am. But communication, that is just so important for a relationship. Without that, intimacy will fade away. And I don't want to go in here in this video, but like, without speaking up, intimacy fades away, and then they're just two people living their own lives, and then they say they fall out of love, which isn't really true. Fall out of love. But you have to consistently work on your relationship and speak up to each other. So don't stay silent. Speak up. Please, this is so important. Not only important for women, also important for men. I want you to encourage speaking up in your relationships. Make safe space. Expect a safe space for that. And this is the recipe for loving, fulfilling relationships and authenticity and fulfillment in a relationship. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you want my one-on-one support, reach out for a free love audit call. If you would like a free gift of a free masterclass, go check out the description box. And if you want to check out the course, I'll also put a link in the description box of How to Talk to a Millionaire. And if you enjoyed this video, you felt recognized in here, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also share it to any of your friends that might be facing this problem right now, where she's just hoping for the man to choose her, to love her, and she doesn't speak up, and you can clearly see that might be not the right path for her. Okay, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.